All right, we rebuilt the motor. No, I didn't rebuild it. Damn it. All right, we resealed the motor in the Jimny, and it's running good. The blow off valve and intake are sounding good, but the exhaust is way too quiet. Because, so we're gonna do a quick test of it stock, and then we're gonna do a test with it with the muffler deleted, but still with the cat on it. And then I'm gonna make my own exhaust somehow with side pipes, and we'll do a comparison with all three. I'll edit them all together, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm planning on having 2 side pipes come out somewhere over here, like staggered. I don't know. We'll see. All right, stock exhaust. Take one. There it is. I undid the exhaust from after the cap before the muffler. We're gonna see what this sounds like real quick, just for shiggles.
That's like a lot better. Holy shit.
That sounds pretty good.
God damn.
Well, I guess we're straight piping it. Save me like 20 bucks on a muffler.
Yeah.
I managed to take off the exhaust in record time because all of the hangers are bolted on. Yep. Instead of struggling to like pull them off the rubber, which never works. And they all came loose pretty easily. I didn't have to struggle. I used a 3/8 ratchet, no power tools. They came right out. Super easy. We're probably saving like 10-ish, maybe 15 pounds of exhaust. And then we got tons of room to play with. The exhaust coming off the turbo right here, the downpipe manifold, whatever you want to call it, is 1 3/4 inch. I managed to find this piece on Amazon. Well, it's both ends of the piece. It's meant for like a patch, but it fits perfectly. 1 3/4 inch. We're gonna expand that up to 2.5 inches, I think actually, and run it down here, across the rail, up over this rail and out the side. Without any mufflers, because it sounds good. These are the parts of the kit that I bought that we're going to use to make the exhaust. We're going to come right out of the turbo with the the flange into the 1 3/4 to 2.5 adapter, 45 straight line. The U-bend is going to get cut in half and clocked 90 degrees to get up and over the frame rail, and then the exhaust tips are going to be made out of that 45. I'm going to do a dual exhaust, so I have to weld another one to it. But we got the adapter, or the flange rather, to the expansion adapter, reducer, whatever you want to call it, to what I thought I was going to use a 45, but I ended up using a 90 degree and just cut it where it lined up and became level, which is somewhere around like 50 to 60 degrees. I didn't have any of those, but we made one. I also tacked together the U-bend, cut it in half and put it together, but it's too tall. I need it to be like down here, but that's hanging too low. So I'm gonna try to make it like 2 45s and put them together at an angle. I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna find out. All right, progress so far. That U thing that I tried to cut in half didn't work, but like 75% of it did. I cut it, of course, without measuring it, but then I took one of the pieces I cut out and put it back. So now 3 pieces out of the 4 work. Perfect. Now I just need a piece of straight pipe to connect the front to back, weld it all up, and then figure out my exhaust tip coming out the side. I've done it, kind of. Well, it's tacked together at least, but I think it's gonna fit. Well, let's find out. How about that? Oh, yeah, you see shit down there. I'm not used to swinging around this big pipe. Alright, here we go. Bolted up with the donut flange, I don't know what you want to call that. Reducer, a couple of bends. Come over here, up and over the frame. We have a little bit of clearance. I can pick it up a little bit more because that donut gasket lets me move it as much as I need to down at this end. Once I get it hooked onto the old hangers here and here, and probably add one on the outside. It'll be nice and stable. Now I gotta work on the exit, which probably gonna be something like this. Oh look, I'm done. Sick. Alright, I'll do a little bit better than that. I'm gonna also do a dual exhaust, I believe, if I have space. But I mean, that fits pretty good right there. That's kind of what I wanted to do, and then have another pipe coming off of here parallel to it. I have to trim this body mount a little bit and reinforce it. Shit, that worked out pretty good. Now that the exhaust is tacked up, and before I start working on the exhaust tip, I'm gonna do some hangers out of this 1/4-inch stainless rod I had laying around. I just heated up and bent it to fit around the bolt. That, you know, well, I got stainless already, but the stock hangers had bolts through them, which is nice. But I want to do this first so I know exactly where the exhaust tip is going to land after I, you know, let it hang from the rubber, because it's going to have some play in it. Alright, here's the exhaust tip design I came up with. It's a 45 with just another piece coming off of it, parallel. It's going to hang out the car kind of like that, I think. I might cut them like flat, parallel with the body. I might not, we'll see. I can always do that later. But right now I'm just going to tack that up to the rest of the exhaust. I already got the hangers on and tacked in, and it's holding it up nice and straight. And once this is on, I'm going to fully weld the whole thing, and then we can finally hear it. Alright, check it out. Finished TIG weld. God damn it. What are the odds that I put my hand down on my phone and it starts recording, hits play instead? Anyway. Alright, check it out. I finished TIG welding the exhaust. Don't look too closely at the TIG welds because they're not that good. But it'll hold. I just need to cut the tips at a better angle that I think I marked. I want it to follow the body line closely. So I'll put it back on and cut them on the spot. But I think it's there. So yeah. Hangers in with captive nuts that I had to rethread because my weld messed it up. But now it should be pretty easy to install. So that's what we're going to do now. Alright, the exhaust is done. Side pipes looking good. It is absurdly loud. I will now give you a demonstration, and then I will proceed to take the exhaust back off and weld in a resonator because it's annoying inside the truck. So yeah, the drone on the highway is unbearable. I like loud pipes, don't get me wrong. It's the drone that kills it. So resonator hopefully won't make it too quiet, but change the tone a little bit. We're gonna find out. random NSX on the road. What the hell?